It's often quoted that now the DNA similarity of unrelated humans, depending on how you measurement, is 99.9 or 99.5% similar of unrelated humans. It was claimed that man and chimp DNA is 98.76% similar. The implication is that since man and chimp are so similar in their DNA, it wouldn't take much mutation in order to evolve man and chimp from a similar common ancestor. But when you read how this paper was done, it's not true. The paper was very disingenuous. What they did, if you look in the methods section, they mechanically fragmented the DNA into 300 to 600 base pair nucleotide fragments. And they matched up the fragments. So the organization of the DNA, not even the genes, was considered. So it's like having two books and claiming that 98% of the words or syllables are similar. Now, of course, arrangement means everything. So it was a very disingenuous study. Other papers, Journal of Nature, they found we could assign the human alleles as ancestral or derived in 80% of cases, which is much less than the 98%. Journal of Gene, this isn't Genesis, this is the Journal of Gene. Only half of 384 known chimp proteins have a human counterpart. Sounds like much less than 98%. The Y chromosome was thought to be only 1.9% difference by the fragmentation method. But in Nature Letters, the journal called Nature Letters, when they actually did direct sequencing and took into account the order in the genes, there was over a 30% difference. Does DNA similarity indicate evolutionary relationship? DNA similarity is not a verified measure of interspecies relationship. It's only verified for intra-species relationship. An example of a DNA verification relationship tool is variable number tandem repeats, where there's repeated segments of DNA arranged like in a barcode fashion, and the closer the pattern you have, the closer the relationship. This is used in paternity suits. This is verified by human testimony. And there's other methods that are used for determining the origin of certain strains of bacteria. Now, again, does DNA similarity indicate evolutionary relationship? The problem with evolution, quote, science, is that they use these measurement tools, but they're not validated. In conventional sciences, every tool we use is validated against some gold standard. For example, you want to make a new kind of scale. You validate the accuracy of the scale by weighing multiple things of known mass. When MRIs first came into play in the 1980s, we have these images. We didn't know what they meant. So we put pathology, known pathology from surgery and cadaver samples into an MRI, and we saw that these images correlated with these findings from surgery or from pathology. And actually in my orthopedic journal, there was a new test that came out, a test where you can measure your blood level. Now, after knee surgery, you have knee replacement, there's frequently a lot of blood loss involved, or blood transfusions. And so we routinely collect patients' blood every day to find out what their blood count is. And then it's directly measured. Well, someone came out, they published an article in the orthopedic journal just a few months ago where they developed this little device you can just clip on your finger, and it just sits there, and it can measure the hemoglobin level or the blood count by that way. Now, how do you know it's accurate? They know it's accurate because they compared it to the direct blood test method, the gold standard. So evolution uses these tests, but these tests aren't validated. Analogy, it's like using an ultrasound to determine the age of an adult when it's only been validated to determine the age of a fetus. You can't do it.